How you are brought up, how you are parented, and the circumstances of your life determines who you are right now. Are you a married couple? Are you a single mother? Or are you single and waiting? Is finance a challenge in your marriage? Welcome to Inogwen Empowerment Program, where we discuss this and many more for a better life. Welcome. Hi, this is Maxi. Thank you so much for choosing to watch our channel, Inogwen Empowerment. We are here to model each other and shape up our future. In most of my topics, I talk about marriage and things that affect marriage. But today, I want to talk about being single and waiting. I was there, I was single, and I waited. And I know that there are many of us who are watching me today who are single and waiting and wondering when will I ever get out of this singlehood? Being single I'm not only referring to those who have never gotten married or who have no children. I'm talking about every person who is single. You are a boy, you are a girl, you are a single mother, you are a single father, you've been widowed young, and you are wondering, how long will I be single? I'm a marriage counselor, a marriage coach. I also talk to single people over issues of life. And so when I talk about being single and waiting, I'm talking out of, first, as a personal experience, and two, what I have talked with some of you who are viewing me today, and some of you who have been holding questions and wondering, how do I go about my singleness? If I will quote Paul in his book, in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 7, Paul terms being single as a gift. I know many of us wonder, how can that be a gift? And yet, the same Bible also says that if you cannot be able to hold on being single, then it is better to get married. I believe it's because of the responsibilities that come with being married. When you are single, you are able to hold on, to do things, and to give more time to yourself and to God. Because when you get married, then the two of you have to work around your duties, your schedules, and everything about you to fit your partner or your spouse. And you have been waiting, you have been single and you've been waiting and wondering what really happened. Let me take you back to the book of Genesis, when God created Adam, and the only things that were in the garden and live things were the animals. For how long do you think Adam had to stay before Eve came into his life? Remember, before God created Eve, Adam had to name everything that God had created. He had to take time naming the animals one by one, giving them names and all that. How long did it take? What was God trying to teach Adam? He was teaching Adam having patience, so that when the right thing comes and the good thing comes in your life, you appreciate the gift. And that is why when Eve was brought up, he exclaimed, "This is bone of my bone." She looked like him. She made his heart to rejoice and be glad. There is patience in waiting. There is a gift in waiting. As I always tell single women, jumping to bed to have sex with a man does not result into marriage. Because if sex was the thing that makes people get married, then even every prostitute could be married by now. The other thing I tell men You don't have to test every woman for you to decide this is the right woman for me to marry, because every woman has the same sexual organ. Wait for your time to reach. There is patience, there is a rewards in being single and in waiting. When you are waiting for God to give you the right partner in your life, you spend your time praying to God to give you the right spouse in life. And the spouse that God gives you, you can never go wrong with that spouse, because that becomes the rib of your ribs. When we move through lust and we are rushing to get married, then we stay a painful life in marriage, trying to keep that marriage that died the week after we got married, because we rushed ourselves into marriage. I know there is a lot of stigma associated with being single. The society has not been very kind to single people. The kind of pressure they will put on a man to marry, you would think that if he doesn't marry today, the world is coming to a close. The pressure that they put on girls to get married, it is so much. Don't allow society to push you so hard into a relationship that is supposed to be lasting but only ends after a year or two. It is better to wait patiently for the right person than to rush and regret about it. A man who comes to you, if you are a single girl, a man who comes into your relationship and the first thing he wants is your body, please run away from him. He is not interested in you. A woman who only asks you for money, or who only visits you at the end of the month, or who only calls you to ask for money, she is a leech. Run away from her. She is not worth you being single and waiting for. The only thing that will make that marriage to last is when you have money. Anytime you don't have money, it will never work. So what I tell people who are single and waiting is to wait patiently for God to give you the right partner. And you will ask me, how will I know that this is the right partner? The one your heart itches to be with, not the body, but your heart itches to be with for the rest of your life. The one that you are comfortable with, that you can be able to confide in comfortably without feeling any regret in your heart that you have shared your part of your story with the person. When you are single and you are waiting for the right person, take yourself around with dignity. When I talk about dignity, respect yourself and walk with your head high, respectfully. Don't expose yourself in exposed clothes because you are really in need. Don't act desperate because you need to get married or to marry. Do not be in a rush to try every Tom, Dick, and Harry, or every Mary Jane and Nancy that come across you. Be patient and wait for the Lord. A gift that comes from the Lord, it is the best gift that you can get. When God gives you a spouse and you have been waiting upon him, he will give you the perfect gift for you. For those of you who are watching and you are married and you rushed into marriage, you will agree with me that that relationship, you are in it just to keep your name, not because you are happy in that relationship. But those who waited upon God to bring the right spouse in their lives, you feel this is bone of my bone, rib of my rib, flesh of my flesh. And when you got joined together, you actually became one. Wait patiently as a single person, and the Lord will give you the right partner. Remember, he cannot give you what is not good for you, because he knows the desires of your heart. He will give you the desires of your heart when you ask and wait patiently upon him. He cannot give you a stone when you have asked him for bread. He is a faithful God. Wait patiently unto the Lord, and he will give you the right partner. Single and waiting, don't be in a hurry. Only wait and trust on God. Thank you very, very much. Subscribe, like, share my video. If you have any comment, please leave it at our comment box, and we shall appreciate to know what you feel about our video. Thank you so much. God bless you.